Hey guys, welcome to Inferno Friday. This is Archon, and I just wanted to show you the Izual fight on Inferno. I was playing around a bit in Act 4 yesterday, which was Monday, and couldn't quite get this guy down on my own, so eventually Dreadnought came to my rescue, and we were able to take him down together. Now, it was yesterday, which was the day before patch 1.0.3. So I've heard that they've now reduced the damage that enemies do in Inferno. I haven't tried him since then, so maybe I can solo him now. Really the thing that gets me is his minions that he summons, mostly the oppressors he'll be summoning in a little bit here. I just can't handle all of them at the same time because they two-shot me with their charge, even when I have the Force Armor rune on. Also, Izual has a shot that one-shots me no matter what. He just teleports right into me and I'm dead. So if he ever uses that, it's just game over. And I couldn't figure out what triggered it. So if you know what triggers that instant supercharge attack, then let me know in the comments. But eventually got Dreadnought and he was able to help with the ads. I'm using pretty standard build here. This is really close to what most wizards have been using. And it's what I've been using in Act 4, except for I've been using the shock orb, I can't remember exactly what it's called. You know what I'm talking about. Instead of Magic Missile with Seeker, but Magic Missile with Seeker just really works well in boss fights. And so I did enough attempts that my Nephelam Valor stacks ran out, and so I decided to switch that out. And you can see here, since Dreadnought's able to tank the ads, they're really not that challenging. Funny enough, Dreadnought has more trouble with the boss on his own, and I have more trouble with the ads, so it kind of worked out pretty well. And Dreadnought dropped right there, but it's not a big issue because with this build, mostly because of teleport with Wormhole, it's really easy to res people. And Mirror Image helps too. So you can see I put Mirror Image down, Wormhole over to the body, and should have plenty of time before the boss gets there. And it really made Dreadnought dying a non-issue as long as I could get there before I died. And I think it took us about 4 or 5 attempts on Izual, so it was by no means an easy fight for us. But this was after I'd done probably 10 attempts on my own and never got him past half health. So it's not too hard of a fight. You can see I'm just keeping my Venom Hydra up by him, trying to keep him in Blizzard all the time. I stay out of the range of his melee attacks. He's able to charge to me at some points, but I like to use these circles. Yeah, you see he charged me right there. Oh, and there's that 2-shot kill. That's not the instant teleport murder shot I was talking about before. That one hits me and I'm dead. This one I actually have a chance to avoid. I just didn't there. But it seems to help to kind of keep Izual on the other side of these big circles and just let my Venom Hydra keep hitting them, try to keep them in Blizzard, and I can usually stay on the outside. And here comes Dreadnought to my rescue. I'm not sure if he makes it. No, not quite this time. I'll have to go around again. So this shows you how useful that Wormhole rune is in Teleport for Resin Allies. And as of the patch before 1.0.3, there's no added damage for additional players on Inferno, so there's really no reason not to do these boss fights in a group, or just grinding in a group. Sometimes I don't like to go through acts in a group because I like to rush through, and a lot of people like to take their time, which is totally cool, but sometimes it seems like people spend more time in town than actually out fighting, so I usually do that solo. But these boss fights, just get a group. Even mediocre players will almost always help, because you'll get a little over double health with one extra person, but no extra damage, so that the attacks are being dished out more evenly. You're not taking as much damage. And yeah, it really is easier unless you got crappy players that aren't doing anything, I guess. Yeah, these freeze orbs, they're usually pretty easy to avoid, just a minor inconvenience. The one time they become hard is when Izual does his AoE shout, which freezes everyone, and sometimes he does it when you're right next to a freezy orb, and that sucks. Almost died again, so you can see it's possible for me to avoid dying on the 2-strike one, as long as I pot in between the 2 hits, or can teleport fast enough, which I rarely have time to teleport, but if I'm spamming my potion and it's not off cooldown, I can usually get it in between the 2 hits. And you can see there's his breath, and I almost got hit by that freeze orb. Wore off just in time. And you can mirror image out of the freeze orbs. I don't know if you can out of the breath. I don't think I ever had it off cooldown to test it. I'm running with Illusionist, you might have noticed, and I'll post my entire build in the description if you want to get a closer look at it. But Illusionist just, I don't leave town without Illusionist now. Act 3 and 4, I think it's just a must-have because it gives you so much more avoidance. Almost every time you take a hit, it's going to be 15% of your health at this stage, unless you have just a ton of resistances and armor. But I have over 800 resistances and close to 7,000 armor with energy armor, and still almost everything hits me for at least 15%. So teleport and mirror image are off cooldown all the time, and it's just a must-have, I think. So yeah, you can. This is the fight. It's a hard fight, but definitely doable. It helped to have 1 melee and 1 range. You can see I was using those circles to keep him away from me. And Dreadnought died there again. Hopefully it'll be easy for me to go get them if I remember correctly. It usually is. Bosses are usually slow enough that you can wormhole over there and get there with plenty of time remaining. And like I said before, mirror image is just a little added bonus to distract him. And you see, unfortunately, Dreadnought rezzed and died immediately. I think he got hit by Izual's super attack. I wasn't quite paying attention. If you guys noticed what it was, tell me in the comments. But it's, like I said, it's really a non-issue with teleport with wormhole. With teleport with another rune would probably work as well, but I really like wormhole. And I didn't remember this. I didn't realize Dreadnought died 3 times in a row. So, sorry Dreadnought, you were just having an off day for the last couple minutes of this fight. But that attack that Izual does, I think something must trigger it, because it seems like an auto kill, and it has a really big range. He hasn't done it on me yet, and I don't know if he's done it on Dreadnought, but it's pretty much any time he wants me dead, I'm gonna be dead. I just gotta hope that he decides not to use it the whole fight. So that's why I feel like something has to be triggering it. I feel like they wouldn't put that in there if it was just a random attack. So if you guys have noticed that there's a way to avoid that, let me know, because I would be very appreciative if I could actually solo this guy. And it looks like we're finally about to get him down. I don't think Dreadnought dies anymore. And then we'll get our crappy loot, of course, because we don't have Nephelam. So there we get our 2 or 3 blues and some Tomb of Secrets. So I don't show my gear in this video, but I do have it in my Diablo kill video if you want to check it out. But that is pre-attack speed nerf. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and we'll have another video for you soon.